So I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught us this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Brakatham to the elect. And it's your brother Laban. And so what I want to do is I want to get into this article just a little bit, and then we're going to get to the scriptures, and Lord willing, touch on other things which comes to mind. So as this reads, next Democrat president will use military to conduct door-to-door gun confiscation. A CNN panelist has openly fantasized about the next Democratic president declaring a crime crisis over firearms to unleash the military for door-to-door gun confiscation, brazenly claiming Trump's crackdown on urban violence set the president for such tyrannical overreach. This chilling admission exposed the left's long-held dream of disarming Americans, turning the Second Amendment into a relic under the guise of public safety. So let's play this video and hear what he got to say.
All this, I'm all for crime reduction, but the conservatives were celebrating this. You listen to the mayor of Chicago talk about the gun crisis in America. Well, what is to stop, given the precedents that Donald Trump is setting, what is to stop a Democrat, a Governor Pritzker, a Governor Newsom, to say, we have a gun crisis in America, just as legitimate on the facts argument as a crime crisis, and say, we're going to send the National Guard into states to go get their guns. There have to be standards here. The reason why Pritzker I'm not getting for the politics, he keeps saying Trump was begging me to come, asking to come. The reason why.
Yeah, so there it is. He says that a Democratic president could come in and bring in the military door to door, search to confiscate firearms. And this has always been the case. I could remember even during the time of when Obama was in office, which of course I was in the UK at the time as well, right? But you had Sandy Hook cases like these, and you had this one Jake that looked like LL Cool J. They found his ass, and in many more scenarios of mass shootings. And all of these cases were to convey the point that, look, this is the reason why we got to get rid of your guns, man. And that's to convince the American people also to get rid of their guns as well. All right? So this has always been the idea that they fantasized about in disarming the American people. But you have Second Amendment believing Americans that truly believe that they have the constitutional right and the God-given right to bear arms. And no one's going to take that away from them at all. So the minute the government declares an order of that, it's war. All right? It's absolute war. Now, when you watch that film, which Dave Bautista played in, which some of you brothers may know who he is. He's a wrestler. And he shows you an example how America is going to end up when America is under martial law conditions. And then you're going to have other Americans that are going to try to defend themselves against tyranny, which will be had real soon. And I'm just boiling it down the middle. I'm just shooting straight to the point here. That's the reason why they want to take away the rights of the American people to bear arms. Because a time is going to come when there will be martial law. There will be war on the streets. A civil war at that. All right? So if you can get these guns away from people, then now you have all of that power. Now the government has more power to direct the American people and telling them what they should and should not do with the guns in their hands instead. Okay? So let's read this. 2 Ezra 15 and verse 15. Verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another and swords in their hands. So prophecy says with swords in their hands. So you're going to have people that are going to be bearing their weapons to defend themselves. And then, of course, you're going to have the other half of people that are going to cow down and accept governmental orders because they didn't see it coming and they were never prepared to defend themselves. All right, like them Second Amendment guys and them Bible Belt dudes, and them outback Edomites. Like when you check out them outback Edomites in them rural areas, they've been training to use the gun since they were children. Okay, they have uncles, family members, relatives that were once upon a time in the military, and pass that knowledge on down to their descendants, their children. Okay, so what do you think is gonna happen when they declare order to not bear arms? Because there's a lot of highly skilled people that know how to use these guns. Like I've said, these people have been training since they were children. All right, some of these people were once upon a time police officers belonging to the SWAT team and retired. So what do you think is going to happen? They're going to use that same knowledge against their own government. And that's what the powers that be know in America. And that's why they have to tread carefully with this gun confiscation thing, because they already know that they're going to have a war to fight in their hands. And the American people that know how to use these guns are going to give them a run for their money. It's not going to be an easy 1-2 thing. Oh, no. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to move forward and we're going to read this as well. Once again, it says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another in swords in their hands. For there shall be seditions among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So there you go. So the people are going to get the upper hand. So it's going to be all out chaos, which is what they want. And this is the chaos that these devils will not be able to control. This is a demolition that they won't be able to control. Because shit is going to go haywire to the point where they won't be able to mitigate it. All right? Because Daniel wasn't playing. When Daniel said, "A time since there was a nation is coming, and in that time shall there be deliverance," right? Guess what? When that's played out, we're going to see what he was saying there. We're going to see that Daniel wasn't playing around when he had that vision. And as well as what Jacob said too. Excuse me, I'm talking about Jeremiah. I think it was Jeremiah that said it. Jacob's trouble. So that's all I got to say with this, man. I just wanted to make this quite short and add my little thoughts to, what I think of this anyway. Just shooting straight to the point with this one over here. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I got to say with this, man. I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. And double honors to the apostles of the great millstone that have taught us this truth. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Brakatham, to the elect whom this gospel is for. And I'm out. Shalom.